What's up, guys? This is Farouk from the African Fighters, and today we'll be talking about AJ Anthony Joshua, the former unified heavyweight champion of the world. AJ in recent times have received some criticism from the boxing fans, from the boxing media. Although I don't blame the media, sometimes they try to create content, they try to put something out there just to create conversation. So it's something they normally do. So I can understand where they're coming from. So recently, AJ was interviewed by Kugan Cassius. I think after losing to Usyk, for all of you who don't know, AJ lost his title to Alexander Usyk in September. But the good thing about the whole incident or the whole fight is that there's a rematch clause, which is allowing AJ to fight in early fall next year for his title to regain his titles. AJ is not someone who is always open to the media. He has selected few who he grant interview, and one of these people is Kugan Cassius of IFL TV. Kugan is one of the OGs in boxing media. He has been doing this for the last 10 to 15 years. So AJ this time around invited Kugan Cassius for the interview to explain what went wrong in the fight. But in explaining AJ being who he is, he's someone who likes to take responsibility. He doesn't like throwing his team under the bus. And AJ gave a full recap of what happened in kind of a redeem or not a very clear aspect. Even myself, I didn't really enjoy the interview because I expected AJ to come on and say what the problem is. But he said something that is key there, that he's going to come back and it's going to be war between himself and Usyk in the second round match. He's coming there to take his head off. That's one thing he said in the interview, which was awesome and nice. Another thing he also said, people asking, well, what went wrong? Hogan asked him, what went wrong in the fight? He said, ask my team, ask my coaches. I think AJ is trying to kind of shift blame this time around to his team, something he never do. In the Ruiz fight, he took full blame, even though some people believe something went wrong behind the scene, which he never disclosed. After losing to Ruiz, he regained his belt in Saudi. This time around, AJ was saying, ask my team know what went wrong. So I think in a way, people were like, no, you are here to explain it out. So explain. That's what the boxing media, the likes of YB, through Georgie, top guys from the UK, were saying AJ isn't saying anything reasonable. He's contradicting himself. Why are we going to ask his team when he's there to tell us what happened? Well, AJ doesn't want to throw his team under the bus. He knows they will not ask his team, but he knows he's trying to let his team that are watching the interview know that he isn't happy with them. So what I'm speculating is that AJ is not really happy with his team. Something went wrong. I think during the Olympics, 2020 Olympics, AJ trained Team GB gym with his head coach Rob McCracken. Rob McCracken is the head coach of the Team GB, where he trained amateur boxers for the Olympics and other world tournaments. So Rob was in charge of the young guys for the Olympics. I think Olympics was in around July, August, and AJ fought in September. So AJ was without his team for 1 month. So what I believe AJ was saying, ask my team, is referring to that incident. The team let him down in that instance. But being a guy who has always had the backing of Rob, he's kind of not happy, but doesn't want to throw Rob under the bus directly. His team were not fully there for him, and that's why there was speculation after he lost. He was traveling on a US tour. People were speculating that he's going to look for a coach. He's trying to sack Rob McCracken. His team made it clear that he's not sacking Rob, but he's looking to bring in more people to his team. This is not the issue. The biggest issue is that in the second interview with Kugan Cassius, there was a question about if AJ is going to take a step aside money to allow Fury and Usyk fight for undisputed. And first thing AJ said is that I am not a guy to be approached with that kind of thing. I'm a man of integrity. I'm a man who believes in fighting the best fight. I want to leave a legacy. He wants to be among the elite in boxing. So I'm not the kind of guy to be approached by such thing. He's not his team. His team has been approached, but no one did approach him. Along that same interview, Kugan keep pressing on that same question. What if a step aside money is offered to him? AJ now responded to what Kugan wanted. AJ now said, he's also a businessman. If the money is right, I'll take the money. But I'm someone who believe in that approach. I'm someone who wants to fight, and I want to fight. So afterwards, likes of the YB through Georgie. Oh, AJ doesn't want the fight anymore. Oh, AJ is scared. Does AJ really want this? Does he have the heart for this? Is AJ just a businessman? Is it all about the money? After all the endorsements, so kind of baggage, kind of rubbish people were saying out there. If you have known AJ for a long time, you will know AJ is one of those guys. Up to this day, in the present heavyweights we have, AJ is the guy that has fought the best competition. He has fought the best out of the best. He has the better resume. You can question AJ's chin, you can question AJ's capability, AJ's skills as a boxer. You may say he's not the best when it comes to boxing techniques. When you put him on par with the likes of Usyk and Fury, he may not be up there with those guys in terms of boxing skills. And don't forget, AJ turned pro in 2009 after the 2013 after the London Olympics, 2012-2013. He has been doing this professionally for like 9 years now, and he didn't have a long amateur career unlike the Furies and the Usyk. But that's no excuse. So you can question AJ capability. You can say AJ may not be able to get his belt back, but not saying AJ doesn't want to fight the rematch. That's a big no. This man has proven time and time again. He went to fight Charles Martin to get the IBF belt. He fought Klitschko to get the IBO WBO belt. He WBA belt. He fought Joseph Parker for the WBO belt. He won all these belts. He defended against Carlos Takam. He defended against Povetkin. He defended against who again? Against Dillian White. He fought Dillian White as well in the process. I don't know. He fought Dillian White for the English title. That was earlier on in his career. He fought Andrew Ruiz, a fight he wasn't supposed to take. He lost. He fought the rematch and won the rematch. He fought Kubrat Pulev to defend his IBF title. He can also ignore the Usyk fight. He can boycott the fight. He wanted to fight for undisputed, but Fury and Wilder was scheduled for a third fight. Wilder refused to take a step aside money. AJ team were willing to pay Wilder step aside money for Wilder to fight. For Wilder to let AJ fight Fury, but Wilder refused. So the fight didn't take place, and AJ was forced to defend his belt to fight his WBO mandatory, which is Usyk, which unfortunately for AJ he lost the belt. So why didn't Wilder step aside to allow AJ and Fury fight before? So what make you fans believe, or make you boxing media believe AJ is going to step aside after the hard work? And he had said this in the beginning. He said, "I am not a man to be approached with this kind of thing. I am here for legacy. I want to be remembered as one of the greats." And he has done that, and he has the best resume. So when he ended up saying, if the offer is good, because Kugan keep pressing that question to him, so he decided to give Kugan what he wants. So AJ is playing the game of the media. He's playing the mind game. I'm going to give you guys what you want. In the second interview, before the interview comes to an end, AJ says something which is awesome, which will make you know that he's playing a game. He said, "You guys should get F out of my case." So he's saying that the boxing fans should leave him alone. He's tired of pleasing the boxing fan. AJ has done the best he can do to make the boxing fans happy. But the sad thing is that he's always seen as the scapegoat. He's always been used as a scapegoat. He has brought in the best fight in the UK. He has failed in arena. He built name for himself by fighting the best fights. So what makes you think after all this hard work, AJ is going to backtrack, leave his chance of getting his belt back, the belt that he has fought for years, for the last 5 years, he has gone around to collect this belt? What makes you think he's going to now let that belt go away? What makes you guys think he's going to now allow that chance to sleep and go and take a step aside money? When Wilder and Wilder refused to take a step aside money for that undisputed to happen, do you think AJ is that dumb? I believe AJ is the guy to go in there and get beaten again and know that he lose and go back and fight for those belts again, no matter the money. AJ is wealthy. He has a lot of money from endorsement. So he's just playing a mind game with the media. Just giving you guys what you guys want to hear. So my one advice for boxing fans and boxing media: never question AJ's heart. You can say I'm a fanboy. I'm a neutral audience. I'm a neutral fan. I'm a boxing lover. I question AJ's durability. I question AJ's techniques, but I never question his heart. I believe AJ wants all this work. If you listen to the first interview, he said so. I'm coming this time around to take his head off. He said, I'm pissed right now. I want to get into this fight again. So do you think he's dumb to now want to take 40 million according to speculation, or $10 million step aside money when undisputed fight was going to worth over $100 million? So this is to the YB, to True Georgie. Think about this. And when you're trying to create content with being with great objectivity, with great balance. Don't just put content out there for the numbers, for the views. Because I hear you saying through Georgie, AJ doesn't want the fight. Does AJ really want to get his belt back? Come on. That's bullshit. That's BS. Because this guy is the guy to fight the best fight. And I don't think there's going to be any true heavyweight like AJ. What happened to Tommy Fury? When it comes to fights that are going to push these guys up there, oh, Tommy Fury has broken ribs. Oh, Tommy Fury is dropping another fight. The same thing Wilder Fury did. Fury and Wilder the fans don't give him enough stick when they messed up, when they backtrack, when they duck fights, when they go and take turn up fights. When Fury and Wilder fought the first fight, if the fight ended in a draw, Wilder Fury went to take a tune-up fight. That is where he fought Wallin. Nobody blame Fury for taking a tune-up fight. But if AJ has done that now, they'll say, oh, AJ is doubting his chin. Oh, AJ is not durable. Oh, AJ is this, AJ is that. So guys, keep short and get the F out of AJ's business. See you in early fall for AJ Usyk 2. And I believe the African champion, the fighting pride of Britain, Anthony Joshua, will get his belt back. So guys, tell me what you think in the comment section. Do you think AJ doesn't want to get his belt back? Do you think AJ is scared of the rematch? Do you think AJ is just a businessman and prefer money over his belt? Or do you think AJ is a warrior, a true warrior, who is going to fight the best and the best? And tell us what you think in the comment section. Please subscribe to our channel. Take us to 1,000 subscribers. We're currently at 900 subscribers. Please do your best and all you can to take us to 1,000 subscribers. We love you guys. We'll continue to bring you guys more awesome content. Bye. Peace out. Come on, Africans!